over the course of this channel, I have reacted to so many videos now. Some were good, some not so good. So today I'm going to pick out the 10 worst ones. I'm talking about the 10 most vile, despicable, hateful, transphobic, whatever you want to call it, videos that I've ever reacted to. And that's going to be a task because there are several that I would classify as negative. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay guys, ready to hear about how me and all the other trannies out there are all wrong? Me too. Alright, away we blow. Let's go.
This video is intended to explain why trans identity is an incorrect claim about reality, comprehensively and reasonably concisely. It's me explaining
very rare
why
when I get
don't
to
believe
react
that
to something on a
biological
TV.
males can be women, nor that biological females can be men. To begin, here's a story. I call it The Tale of Two Dannys. On the left we have Danny Welbeck, and on the right we have Danny DeVito. I'd like to present some facts about this gentleman. Danny Welbeck is a professional football player. He's 32 years old. He's black. He's English.
He could be a professional football player.
Now, none of these facts might seem particularly interesting, but what is interesting is all of these facts are also true about Danny DeVito. He's also a professional football player. He's also 32 years old.
To this.
Both Saturday and Sunday. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day. Only 5 people were put on the schedule, and somebody had to call out. And there are 4 people running the whole store, and there's so many customers, and there's possibly scheduled 5 people.
Or indeed, we could ask ourselves, how did young, ambitious working girls go from jumping in the shower like this
Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic starts working
to not jumping in the shower like this?
I've almost been fired from every job that I've ever had, and it's not because I'm not smart. I actually tend to overperform in the beginning. It's just that after some time, I inevitably burn out once I wake up one day and realize that I haven't taken a shower in like 3 weeks.
Okay, and I definitely struggle to understand quite how the Democrats went from this.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
With this male.
100%, definitely. We weren't even warned that he was going to be in there. I just remember getting him from work and he's in there half-dressed, pestering me to get changed. I had a massive panic attack. 26 of us went to like our managers and through to HR to complain about it, and they didn't do nothing to help us at all, apart from tell us that we needed to be re-educated, broaden our mindset, be more inclusive. And one of the top people, Andrew Moore, thinks he's really clever, and he introduced kindness training after the girls went public as what I see as a form of punishment aimed at us, but obviously he couldn't say it's just for you girls, and got everybody to do this mandatory training.
There's nothing be kind about a potential person that could assault you in your changing room. I don't think you should be kind to someone like that. I mean, hearing these things about Rose with her, or his actually, really.
Dealing with in whatever way you see fit. But if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend, I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are. Let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are. Okay, because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably young and naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60? And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
It's not the same as gender. You can't just...
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
You can still legally change it. People recognize
you. You can't legally change your age, by the way.
Obviously. You can change your name, you can change your your sex, you can change your identity.
Just because.
She doesn't dress very well, but still,
I was thinking that
you gotta be a dick.
I was going to be nice, but no. Be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Putting that sign up is not being nice. Putting that sign up is fucked up.
Tell him, sister.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it on my TV out front. Good, go for it. But you know why?
Do
you know why?
Don't you do that. What are they talking about, a sign or something?
No reason at all. Nobody canceled Dr. Seuss. There are
Dr.
tons of
Seuss.
his books still out there. But the one.
What
Dr.
an
Seuss
ass.
himself said those books were racist, and he was ashamed of them, and so they took them off. Let me
Why did it say Dr. Seuss?
You are fucked in the head. You're an embarrassment to the community.
I think you need to look in the mirror, sir.
You are an embarrassment.
I think you need to look in the mirror when you say that, because you're actually saying that about yourself.
Well, look at yourself, for Christ's sakes.
Really?
For Christ's sakes, who would want to even be close? My God.
Really?
It's horrible.
I don't know why
you
why
are not.
am I so
you are
horrible?
not a fucking chick.
If you do some basic math and compare the amount of murders said there to the population we know that exists, you get a murder rate for transgender Americans of about 2.06 per 100,000, which is actually way below the average. Now, the Human Rights Campaign does absolutely know that they don't document every possible death or killing of a transgender person, and that their list is not exhaustive. They just do their best to find every example from available reporting. For example, HRC cites the killing of a transgender man named Banco Brown as one instance of the anti-trans murder epidemic. But even a pretty brief Google search reveals that Banco was killed by a security guard while shoplifting at a Walgreens after allegedly threatening to stab the guard and charging towards him, according to CNN. And notably, the security guard has not been charged with a crime specifically related to causing Brown's death. Brown's death is still, of course, sad, and I'm sure he'll be missed by loved ones.
Association with it and the LGBs who are accessories to the fact. And I urge you to do the same and join the movement for LGB without the TQ+. Because we need to divorce people, and we need it stat.
Very interesting indeed. And I think she makes some great points there. It's hard for people who aren't part of that community to comment on. Because if we do, we're labelled as bigots, homophobes, transphobes, Islamophobes. I don't know how that's weaved in, but it is. If you're criticising like a white trans person, they'll still try and call you a racist for some reason. I don't know why. And I personally think a lot of that comes from people from certain communities that shall not be named having a mental illness. And instead of seeking treatment, they are encouraged to continue with that way of thinking. So this is great to see. I want to give a quick shout out to this chick here. The one who stood up at...
standing for it, and I'm so glad to hear this. And you notice that they're not tiptoeing around. They're not mincing their words when it comes to explaining that two men should not be in the women's bathroom.
And you're all recording, right? Yes, because you are two men. You're a man in the women's league. Why are you in the women's league? They put the wrong... Why is a man in the women's league? Yeah, you're...
Are you talking to me? Yes, she is talking to you. That is what you are.
You're a man, like, why are you in the women's league? Why do you feel the need to be in here with women? Under the Supreme Court. Do you have respect for women's boundaries? No, you can go into the toilet with your sex.
And apparently there were other options, like gender-neutral bathrooms as well.
To protect them.
She says it ended up causing a scene in the middle of the library, and she tried to de-escalate.
Finally, I just nodded, and he walked off, and I was very thankful.
The next day, she emailed library staff, who she says reached out to the Cobb County Police.
The library filed the complaint on my behalf.
There aren't any Georgia laws banning transgender people from using bathrooms aligning with their gender identity. DeKalb PD says its internal affairs unit is actively investigating the incident, but offering few details. A spokesperson said the department, quote, remains dedicated to treating all members of our community with dignity, respect, and professionalism.
I guess except women and children who now have to use the bathroom with grown men, because there's nothing saying that they shouldn't have to experience that. And of course, you have a police officer who's apparently in police uniform, who's being sent to this place to work on other matters, and he inserted himself in this matter. And I guess there's going to be an investigation into all of that. But had this guy been in plain
restroom in Florida Capitol. Okay, so let's see right here. A transgender protester from Illinois was arrested for using the women's bathroom at the Florida Capitol. According to the Miami Herald, Marcy Ryan, oh God, these names, dude, hold on. Marcy Ryan, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make up my own name. I'm not gonna, if somebody has a crazy first name or a crazy last name, I'm just gonna make up anything I want to. So since I don't know how you pronounce this name, I'm gonna call it Marcy Ryan Biological Male. There we go. That's the name.
Fuck this bitch.
That's the name I'm gonna call this person. Marcy Ryan Biological Male. There you go. All right, so here we go. According to the Miami Herald, Marcy Ryan Biological Male, who is 20 years old, was arrested by Capitol Police on March the 19th after alerting.
So there you have it. These 10 videos are definitely worthy of my Hall of Shame, or Wall of Shame, or Video of Shame, whatever you want to call it. The videos on display here were just horrid in my opinion, and the people in them were just as horrid. And remember, these were just my opinions. Thank you for watching.